on here, we can go ahead and just introduce ourselves. My name is Bukeka Blakemore. And who else do we have on here? Dad, I'll just go to you.
Okay, Robert Newby, and I live in Mount Pleasant, Michigan.
All right.
Florence Bonner, Houston, Texas.
All right.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Keith Montgomery in Atlanta.
Yay.
Great afternoon, everyone. I'm Christy Ritchie in Kansas City, Missouri.
And Sheila?
Hi, I'm Sheila Rickle from Kearney, Missouri.
All right.
And I'll introduce myself. I'm Enolia Fodi, and I'm here in Angola, Africa.
Wow.
I know, isn't that fun? So fun.
Hello, hello.
All right, so we're particularly excited because not only are we being able to do this amazing cruise, but Enolia and I are going to be facilitating a women's retreat called Worthy of Wonderful, which we all are. But right now we're going to focus on the cruise itself. And so what we wanted to make sure of, because we're just, really November is just around the corner. We're wanting to start getting our payments in, and we want to know about excursions. We also want to cover certain aspects such as the regulations that may be involved. And so each one of us, Chrissy's going to give some information. I'm going to share some information. Keith has a lot of information as far as pre and post stay. So we're going to go ahead with that information. So the first thing we're going to talk about is our payments. And I think when you first start to book the group, there is just that matter of people paying as they choose to register for the cruise. Now, I think it would be great if we had a somewhat structured format so that we can know when people are going to be making their payment. We have with IntelliTravel a credit card authorization form, so that says to us that we have the ability to charge your card whenever you're ready to make your next payment. So that's one thing I'm thinking that people will want to do, is to look at their calendars and see when they want to make their next payment, or they just want to pay it all off.
What I've been having them do is just going directly through me. Everyone's been calling me and saying, hey, I want to make a payment.
Okay.
And so I haven't had anyone send money directly to Norwegian. I had one person that wanted to do that, but I kind of discouraged her from it.
Great.
One, it's easier to keep track of everything.
Absolutely.
So when they call me and say, hey, I want to make a payment, I have them give me their credit card information again, because I never save it. That's something else you don't want to do. You don't want to save information. I'm sorry, I really need to take this call.
Okay.
Sorry.
But yeah,
I think that answers it, though. So those people who want to actually make a payment can go through Bukeka or I, whoever the group leader is, and we'll be happy to make it. So it's a learning experience to me because I'm a new agent, so I'm excited, but get to learn.
Chrissy is also one that has been doing this for quite a while. She is kind of our other resident travel has a lot of the answers for travel questions. So
I apologize for that.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. No worries.
I'd like to ask a question, please. Will you have an end date for complete payments so that people will know and we won't bump up against the last minute for payouts?
The deadline is January 28th, 2022.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I think the other thing we're going to talk about, Keith, is the pre and post or options for hotel stay.
Yes, I've been looking into a few hotels. I'm still waiting to hear back on a couple, but I do have information on two, which are literally practically walking distance, about a mile from the pier.
Okay.
And one is the Marriott waterfront hotel. The other one is the Sheraton. Make sure I get these names right. Won't tell you the wrong information. But I've contacted Marriott, actually talked to a general sales manager, and I was able to secure contracts on both of those two hotels for my group. And I was going to get with you, Bukeka,
Okay.
and Nolia and Chrissy, and give you some information that you need to be able to secure your own contract for a group of rooms. But I can give you those pricings that they gave me right now. For the Marriott waterfront, it's $279 for the pre-stay. For the post-stay, it's $259, and that's for either a standard king or a standard double. For the Sheraton, theirs was a little bit cheaper, a lot cheaper. It was $169 for the pre-stay, as well as the $189 for the post-stay. And that's the Sheraton Grand Seattle. And like I said, they're both right downtown, very close, but I'm also looking at other options that may be a little less expensive, a little further out, to give everybody a wide range of cost.
Okay.
But yeah, they gave me some fairly good deals on the hotel rooms.
Awesome. Okay. Chrissy mentioned, don't forget to talk about insurance, which is something that we've been talking a lot about in terms of when we should purchase it. So you know that you have everything 100% refundable by the 28th. So it really is up to you if we want to do that. I think there's been some discussion that says, well, as we get closer, we should probably go ahead and purchase that insurance, which we do with Untitled Travel, have an insurance agency that we work with. And so we would be able to get all of that put together for you as well. But again, that insurance is to make sure that you have guarantees of your fare in the event that something should go wrong. And so that would be probably more important to make sure that we have payments on after or close to January 28th or just after, so that you have that to that little just that towards the end, have that towards your overall budget. It's not that much, I think. And Keith, you can speak on that too, or
Yeah,
Chrissy,
I've got some information on that as well.
Okay.
So
Cool.
yes, Bukeka is correct. As we get closer to that date of that January 28th, really probably by the end of this year, most people are going to have a very good idea of whether or not they're going to move forward with their reservations. I know a lot of people have concerns about COVID, which is one reason why people will want to wait sometime in January to find out for sure that they're going on a cruise. But as far as the insurance, I looked into the insurance company. It's called Allianz is the name of the insurer. Excuse me 1 second. And the price, the rates are going to range somewhere between $150 to $200 per person. Now the plus side of this insurance, as opposed to getting insurance, say through Norwegian is only going to cover you for their cruise, whereas our insurance is going to cover you from door to door. So that's going to cover your airfare, it's going to cover your hotel, all your expense for your whole trip from door to door, your Uber to the airport, all of that. So all of that would be included in that price. So there's different types of insurances, and each individual will get to kind of choose what fits best for them. Some people have medical conditions, so they will have a different type of insurance. By sometime in December, we're going to take a more serious and closer look at that insurance and see what's going to be best for you as an individual.
Speaking of which, Chrissy, you are certified in special needs. Anything that you want us to know about what they have in regard to people that may be traveling with certain conditions or extra equipment or anything like that?
My certification allows me to be able to order anything that someone needs, like say you have a big bulky wheelchair and you do not want to travel and try to get that on the plane or just whatever. I am able to order that for you and have it delivered to the ship, and they will also pick it up from the ship. So you have no worries. If you are diabetic and you need a needle drop box, they will provide that. If you have dietary restrictions, of course, get back with the person that booked you and let them know that you have dietary restrictions. If you were to need just a scooter because you are having trouble walking and you want to be able to keep up with what everyone else is doing, you can I can order a scooter. Those things will be delivered, but they must be kept inside the cabin.
Okay. Hold on, Leslie's trying to get in.
Can I add one thing? Now, if you just need assistance just to get on the ship, for example, my mother and a few other people that are booked through me, I reserved a wheelchair for them to help them on the ship. Not that they will use it on the ship, but just to get on. So they will meet you at the curb and wheel you literally up on the ship if you have trouble walking a lot. So, and you do that ahead of time. When you make their booking, you just let them know, hey, they would need assistance getting on the ship. So they will have that wheelchair there for you.
That's correct.
Okay. So the other thing is one of our business partners, Cherie, did research on excursions. So she did some research of some popular tours. And so I'm just going to scroll so that you can see what they are. And we've got in Ketchikan, there's a multi-stop tour. And so it's $72 per person. It lasts for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Also in Ketchikan, there is the duck tour for $59. And so it's a land and water tour. That sounds kind of fun. And, particularly for the, probably the empowerment piece, looking for things that are more indigenous to the landscape. There is the totems, which is $79, which is a trolley car. So that's an option. But there's also the 2-hour Alaskan Rainforest Walk, and that's 2 hours. So if you're thinking about that, you definitely want to have the proper footwear to go on that. There's also a self-guided tour, so I'm sure that there is something that provides a roadmap. Whale watching excursion, $179. Hoping they will just go right by that ship. Anyway, then we have the Juneau part of the cruise. So there's the Glacier that everybody talks about. That's it says 2 to 5 hours. So we would probably have to really, if you were going to do that, really understand what the time frame would be. I would expect, because of depending upon what time it is. There's the round trip Mendenhall Glacier Shuttle. So, and I'll make sure we can send this to everybody as well. Blue Bus Glacier Express is a narrated tour for $45. Glacier Gardens Rainforest is $29. That sounds pretty. And looks like that's what we have in the way of excursions that Cherie found. So I'll send this to everybody. And then we can also, a goal might be, when we're ready to make your next payment, is to decide which one of these sounds appealing to you, and then we can go ahead and just take care of that at the same time. Also, for people who have shared that you're going, and they're interested in knowing more about it as well, we do have some updated prices that Anoya was kind enough to put on our group page. These were just prices that are up through the 26th of November. So they're slightly higher. The mini suites are definitely higher than they were before. At least a few of them are, but it's still not bad. Still not bad at all. The balconies, not too much higher, but they are going up, folks. So anybody who has friends that are like, you're going to where, and they want to go too, here's some price range that you can kind of expect at the moment.
It's been a couple of weeks since I've looked at prices, but you're right, prices are increasing on a pretty much every 2, 3, 4 weeks.
Okay.
So, whatever inventory you have that price locked up until a certain time. So that's why it's very important for everyone to really get their deposits in as soon as possible to take advantage of the inventory that you have already locked with the lowest price right now.
Mm-hmm.
Another good thing too, just so everyone would know, that if the prices drop, say your price say the price of your cabin drops in the next month, if we catch that in time, we will be able to tell Norwegian, say, hey, we will want our group to get that lowest price that's available. So you can get that price changed to the lowest price.
Okay.
So you just kind of, every time you talk to them, just you want to ask, what's the going prices for those particular types of cabins that you have in your inventory.
Okay. I'm going to try and stop the share now.
Okay. May I ask a question now? Or would that interrupt?
No.
I can wait.
You're good. Go ahead and ask.
Okay. Do we have a planned 7-day, first of all, what we're doing, and then we can think about the excursions, pre and post, whatever?
So we have a loose itinerary because we needed to be able to see what time the excursions take place and where they are. I can tell you now that it may interfere, but what we will do is we will set our times as best as we can around the itineraries, so that for the most part, most people can come. Okay. Now for an excursion that's 4 to 5 hours, it may overlap. Okay. But yes, we do have a loose itinerary, and then it's also subject to change. The other thing Bukeka and I are going to do is then we might pick one excursion that maybe all of us try to go on. and make some arrangements with Alaskan Cruise Line in terms of the fact that we have a special group leader because we want to do something special in that excursion.
Great. Thank you.
Sure.
While you're doing that, I want to just add that, you're talking about excursions, there are some things that you can do in Seattle as well. So if you have planned, if you're doing the pre-hotel for a day or maybe 2 days, I know myself, we're going a couple days early and staying a couple days late, so we can take in Seattle. But not only Seattle, but you can actually take a train ride up to Vancouver. I think it was like $39 for a day trip to go to Vancouver. That's on my list. I've been wanting to go to Vancouver for a long time, so it sounds like a great day trip for me. But there are things, some of the other things you can do in Seattle are they have what's called a pike fishing or pike market there. That's pretty popular. Of course, the Space Needle, everybody knows about that. They have a place called the Chihuahua Gardens that is very popular. And then there's they have glass blowing activities. So these are some of the things that you can kind of take in while you're in Seattle before you get on your.
I think that that's ideal because a lot of times, people forget that the place that you're landing is a place that can be explored too. And for those of you who haven't been in Seattle, it is beautiful and it is full of waterways. Completely, everything is like a little island. It's a series of islands really connected together by the streets and the bridges. So even to just explore Seattle in and of itself, and they have phenomenal restaurants there. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful state. So if you're interested in something that hasn't been mentioned, please don't hesitate to contact your group leader also to see if that's something that can be arranged on your behalf. So.
Yes, and you booking with this group, you're getting additional amenities that you would not have gotten if you booked it individually. So not only are you getting a good rate on your cabin, but you're getting, I think it's 4 different amenities. And again, you want to get back with Bukeka and Noya, and they can go over that because that list of amenities is in the contract that they have. But, and I apologize, I don't have it in front of me. I know, I think you get an onboard credit. If you book a balcony, you get even additional amenities. I think one of them is they will come and take care of your cleaning for you for free, for one time only. That's additional amenity for people with balconies. You get an additional bottle of champagne with a balcony. And that's about it. Like I said, I know there's 4 different amenities that you get. I think it's a $50 onboard credit per cabin. Oh, you get a drink package. That's huge. That drink package it's a beverage package. And the beverage packages can cost you, man, easily $100, $200 per person. So you're getting that drink package. I think it's can't remember if it's per cabin or if it's per person per cabin. But and that's either premium or the beverage package. The regular beverage package is just sodas and non-alcoholic, but the premium, that includes alcohol.
May I add something to that?
Absolutely.
I've been told from the Norwegian staff that if one person purchases, or excuse me, let me back up. If the main person that is booked, so say Keith, you're number 1 on the list, and then your wife is number 2. If you purchase the alcohol, number 2 has to purchase the alcohol package as well.
That is correct. The whole cabin has to get the same package. So they kind of eliminates sharing opportunities. So if somebody gets the premium package, then everybody gets the premium package.
Yeah.
But again, that is one of the amenities that you're getting.
Right. Right. they haven't really said much, and Chrissy or Keith, let me, or let us know if that's where we are on that. But in terms of COVID restrictions or whatever, it's pretty much, they have not made any final decisions as far as vaccine or anything like that, right? Everything is just,
That is correct.
Wait and see.
And that is correct. And as far as passports, I tell everybody to get your passport.
Absolutely.
You, you don't want to get on there and they tell you you don't have a passport. Get your passport, and very, very important, you want to make sure your passport does not expire 6 months prior or 6 months after your sailing date. So everybody that's booking with me, I tell them you need a passport. That keeps it simple, keeps it that way there's no surprises.
mm-hmm.
And Keith, I would like to suggest, not only do you take your passport, but please bring a copy of your passport. Leave
That's
a copy
exactly.
of your passport within your room, so that if anything happens and you lose your passport, you have a copy and you have the key numbers to replace it, to report it, and any information. And actually, I would suggest that and your major credit cards too. Just keep a copy of it. These are just
Absolutely.
little travel tips.
Very, very good advice.
Yeah.
Very good advice.
They also have the passports that are, not just the larger passport or the book passport, but the passport that you can have on like your keychain or something like that, something that you can put in your wallet. So that's something that's I think that it's an add-on order when you get your passport. I think that's the way that works. So I think that really does it. I got your amenities on Chrissy. So I'm going to upload the excursions and the amenities to the group page, so we can be able to view that, and then possibly schedule another one, since with the right ID, meeting ID.
Okay.
So
Actually, if we could touch base probably after the Thanksgiving holidays, because that's when people kind of take a little bit of a hiatus before they go into the next holiday season.
yeah.
So that's a possibility, and that's what Bukeka and I can look into.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
And then that
we'll
way,
just-
people, if they have questions, yeah.
Right.
Anytime you all need me to jump on, I'll be glad to help. So,
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Thank you so much.
for sure. All right,
And
everybody.
so before we go, I just want to say we are so excited.
Are
Yes.
So the empowerment piece, I want you to get a feel of the fact that we are excited. We're going to be looking at Alaska, and we're going to be tapping into
Hi.
that land and that water,
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, how
and
are
the
you?
beautiful
Let me call you
charm
back in about
that
10
water
minutes.
has.
Yeah.
So, get excited, because Alaska, it has a beauty and a nature to it that no other place does.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
It
so, yeah. And then with the indigenous still there, and I'll be bringing my drum, and we are going to be singing, and we are going to be doing ceremony. And so I'm saying all of this because, those who are seeing the tape, I want them to get excited too. But yeah, it's going to be a beautiful time. It's going to be a beautiful time. And if you don't know about me, that's what I bring to the table too, because I've studied with over a dozen different indigenous cultures. And I'm really the culmination of a little of all of them. And so when we engage, we are going to truly engage.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with the beautiful voice of Bukeka and myself, we're gonna have a ball. So get excited and share and bring whoever you want.
Yep.
Right.
All right. Anybody have any other questions? Thank you, Anolia. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Chrissy. Thank you, Sheila, for coming on. Dad. Woohoo.
There's
And
a Leslie Taylor
oh,
getting
there she is. Hey, Leslie.